Hi everyone, happy almost fall and pumpkin season is upon us, so I wanted to show you guys how to make these delicious vegan pumpkin spice muffins. They're pretty easy to make and they are super fluffy and moist inside, so let's get started. First things first, we're going to grab a large mixing bowl, and to that we'll add in 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and then we'll add half a teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and half a teaspoon of salt. And you're just gonna mix all that real quick. And I know that sounds like a lot of spices and stuff added, but I promise I've played around with this recipe quite a few times, and I feel like this is the perfect combo for these muffins. Set that bowl to the side and grab another bowl, and now we'll mix our wet ingredients. So you're gonna get 1 15-ounce can of pure pumpkin. Make sure on the back the only ingredient is pumpkin, and I do like to get organic here, but you don't have to get organic. Then to that, you're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of either vegetable or coconut oil. I went with vegetable oil here because coconut oil has a bit of that coconutty smell, which I don't want in these muffins. Then we'll add in 1 cup of oat milk. You can also use soy milk or almond milk. I prefer oat milk here, or even coconut milk actually. But I did 1 cup of oat milk that is room temperature, and then a 1/4 cup of brown sugar and 3/4 cup of white sugar. I like to stir this with a spatula real quick just so that sugar is not flying all over the place when we bring the mixer in. And do make sure you mix for at least a couple of minutes. We really want to dissolve that sugar with all the rest of the liquid ingredients. So give it a couple of minutes of mixing, and then we're going to combine the dry ingredients with the wet. If you're enjoying watching this recipe video, please give me a thumbs up below and consider subscribing to my channel, and let me know if you guys would like to see more vegan recipe videos, and I'll be sure to post a couple more vegan stuffed bell peppers and vegan tacos that I created in the cards above. And at this point, we're just gonna add these wet ingredients to the dry, and we're gonna mix them for no more than 20 to 30 seconds. You don't wanna overdo it. And I do recommend you use your spatula first, because as you can tell right here, you're gonna have flour flying all over the place unless you have a super deep bowl. You can start your oven now to start preheating to 350 degrees, and we're gonna grab our muffin pan and just use some cupcake liners. You can also just spray the bottom of that muffin pan without any liners. I like to use liners because they're easier to store that way, and I only had 6 of these really large ones, so I just kind of used big cupcake liners and small ones. Really, that part does not matter at all. You can go with or without them. And I do like to use all of the batter and fill them up all the way to the top, because I always find that they make for taller, fluffier muffins. Give these a couple taps and shakes and stick them in the oven at 350 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. And of course, the more batter you use, the longer they're gonna take. So I always recommend using the toothpick method. Just stick your toothpick in and see if they are baked all the way through. And these took exactly 28 minutes. I like to pull mine out of the muffin pan right away and put them on a cooling rack, and you can store them once they cool off completely. Store them in a Ziploc bag on the countertop for about 3 to 4 days. They should be good, and you can even freeze these as well. These muffins are not at all dry and crumbly. They should be very, very moist and soft inside. So I hope you love the recipe, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.